To understand how Subaru began, we must first understand Japan in the early 1900s. At that time, Japan was changing very quickly. The country had opened to the world in the late 1800s after many years of isolation. The government wanted Japan to become strong and modern like the Western nations. This period is often linked to the reforms of the Meiji era, when Japan invested heavily in industry, railroads, shipbuilding, and military power. Factories were being built. Engineers were studying European and American technology. New companies were forming in steel, machinery, and transportation. Airplanes were still very new in the world, but Japan quickly saw their importance, especially for military use. In this environment of fast growth and strong national ambition, the company that would later become Subaru was born. But at first, it was not a car company at all. It was an aircraft company. In 1917, a man named Chikuhei Nakajima founded the Aircraft Research Laboratory in Gunma Prefecture. Nakajima had worked in the Japanese Navy and was deeply interested in aviation. He believed airplanes would be very important for Japan's future. His small research lab later became the Nakajima Aircraft Company. During the 1920s and 1930s, this company grew very fast. It became one of the largest airplane makers in Japan. Nakajima Aircraft built many types of military airplanes. During World War II, it produced fighter planes, bombers, and engines for the Japanese military. The company employed thousands of workers. It had large factories and advanced engineering skills. At this time, the company had nothing to do with cars. Its focus was aircraft design and manufacturing. However, the experience it gained in precision engineering, lightweight materials, and engine design would later help shape Subaru's car technology. World War II ended in 1945. Japan was defeated. The country was heavily damaged by bombing. Many factories were destroyed. The economy was in crisis. The United States occupied Japan and introduced many political and economic reforms. Because Nakajima Aircraft had produced military planes, it was directly affected by post-war rules. The Allied occupation forces wanted to reduce Japan's ability to produce military equipment. Large companies connected to war production were broken up into smaller companies. So Nakajima Aircraft was dissolved. It was split into several smaller firms. These smaller companies focused on different types of manufacturing, such as scooters, engines, buses, and industrial equipment. This breakup was difficult, but it also created a chance for change. Japan now needed peaceful industries. People needed transportation. Roads were damaged, and fuel was expensive. Small, simple vehicles were needed to help rebuild the country. In 1953, 5 of the companies that came from Nakajima Aircraft merged again. They formed a new company called Fuji Heavy Industries, often called FHI. The name Fuji came from Mount Fuji, the famous mountain in Japan. It represented strength and national pride. The new company did not focus only on cars. It also produced scooters, buses, railway equipment, and industrial machines. At this time, Japan's government encouraged car production. The country needed affordable transportation. The Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI, wanted strong domestic car companies that could compete with foreign brands. Fuji Heavy Industries decided to enter the automobile market. This was a big step. The company had aircraft engineering experience, but cars were very different. Still, the leadership believed their knowledge of engines and lightweight construction could give them an advantage. In the early 1950s, Fuji Heavy Industries began developing its first passenger car. This project was called the P1. Later, it became known as the Subaru 1500. The Subaru 1500 was introduced in 1954. It was a compact sedan designed for the Japanese market. The car had a 1.5-liter engine and modern styling for its time. It showed that Fuji Heavy Industries had strong technical ability. However, the company faced problems. Japan's car market was still small. Production costs were high. Fuji Heavy Industries did not have enough money or factory capacity to mass-produce the Subaru 1500. Only about 20 units were built. The car did not become a commercial success, but it was very important. It proved that the company could design and build a complete passenger car. The P1 project also led to an important decision. The company needed a unique brand name for its cars. The name Subaru was chosen by Kenji Kita, the first president of Fuji Heavy Industries. He believed Japanese cars should have Japanese names, not foreign ones. Subaru is the Japanese name for the Pleiades star cluster. In English, it is often called the Seven Sisters. In Japan, the word Subaru also means to unite or to gather together. This name had a special meaning for the company. Remember that Fuji Heavy Industries was formed by the merger of 5 companies that came from Nakajima Aircraft. The 6 stars in the Subaru logo represent these companies. 1 large star represents Fuji Heavy Industries, and 5 smaller stars represent the companies that joined together. The logo became one of the most recognized symbols in the car world. It shows a blue background with silver stars. The blue represents the sky. The stars represent unity and shared history. From this point on, Subaru became the name of the company's automobiles. In the 1950s, Japan introduced a special category of small cars called K cars. These cars had strict limits on size and engine capacity. In return, owners received tax and insurance benefits. The K-car system was designed to help people afford transportation. Japan's roads were narrow, cities were crowded, fuel was expensive, small cars made sense. Fuji Heavy Industries decided to build a K-car that would be cheap, simple, and easy to maintain. This decision led to the creation of one of the most important cars in Subaru's history. In 1958, Subaru introduced the Subaru 360. This small car changed everything for the company. The Subaru 360 was very compact. It had a small 356cc 2-cylinder engine. The engine was mounted in the rear. The car was light, weighing around 385 kilograms. Because of its light weight, it did not need a powerful engine. The design was simple but clever. The car had a rounded shape. Some people called it the ladybug because of its appearance. Most importantly, the Subaru 360 was affordable. Many Japanese families could buy it. For the first time, average workers could own a car instead of a motorcycle or scooter. The Subaru 360 became very popular. It helped motorize Japan. It also gave Fuji Heavy Industries financial stability. Even in these early cars, Subaru showed signs of its aircraft history. Aircraft engineers cared deeply about lightweight structures, balance and stability, strong but simple design, efficient engines. The Subaru 360 used a lightweight body and careful weight distribution. These ideas would later become central to Subaru's identity. Subaru engineers believed that good balance made vehicles safer and more stable. This thinking would later lead to the company's famous boxer engine layout and symmetrical all-wheel drive system. But those innovations would come later. In the 1950s, the focus was simple: build small, reliable cars for Japan's rebuilding society. The late 1950s were not easy. Japan's car industry was growing, but competition was strong. Companies like Toyota and Nissan were also developing small cars. Fuji Heavy Industries was smaller than its competitors. It had fewer resources. It needed to find ways to be different. The success of the Subaru 360 gave the company hope. Sales grew steadily. The company improved production methods. Workers gained experience in mass manufacturing. Subaru also began exporting small numbers of vehicles. This was the first step toward becoming a global brand. By 1959, Subaru had transformed itself from a former aircraft manufacturer into a real automobile company. The key achievements of this early period were survival after World War II, reorganization into Fuji Heavy Industries, creation of the Subaru brand name, production of the Subaru 1500 prototype, commercial success of the Subaru 360, entry into Japan's growing K car market. The company was still small. It was not yet famous worldwide, but it had strong engineering knowledge, a clear identity, and a growing customer base. Most importantly, Subaru had learned how to adapt. It moved from aircraft to scooters, from buses to small cars. Flexibility became part of its character. As the 1960s approached, Japan's economy began to grow rapidly. Highways were built, personal incomes increased. People wanted larger, more powerful cars. Subaru would soon face new challenges, moving beyond K cars, developing more advanced engines, competing internationally, building a stronger export presence. The company's aircraft heritage, focus on engineering balance, and belief in unity would guide its next steps. The story of Subaru was only beginning. By the end of the 1950s, Subaru had survived its difficult early years. The success of the Subaru 360 gave the company financial stability and public recognition inside Japan. But the world was changing quickly. Japan's economy was entering a period of very fast growth. Highways were being built. Families were earning more money. Customers wanted larger, faster, and more comfortable cars. For Fuji Heavy Industries, the 1960s and 1970s would be a time of bold decisions. These years shaped Subaru's true identity. During this period, Subaru introduced the Boxer engine, adopted front-wheel drive, developed four-wheel drive passenger cars, and entered global markets like the United States. This section tells the story of how Subaru built its engineering character and began to stand out from other car companies. In the early 1960s, Japan's economy expanded rapidly. This period is often called the Japanese economic miracle. Factories produced goods at high speed. Exports increased. Cities grew. The government invested in infrastructure, including highways and modern roads. As a result, car ownership increased quickly. Families who once relied on bicycles or motorcycles now wanted real passenger cars. The K-car category was still popular, but many buyers wanted something bigger and more powerful for long-distance travel. Subaru understood that relying only on small K cars like the Subaru 360 would limit its future growth. The company needed a new type of car, one that was compact but more modern and powerful. In 1965, Subaru introduced the Subaru 1000. This car was very important because it introduced a new type of engine and drivetrain layout that would define Subaru for decades. The Subaru 1000 was a compact family car. It was larger than the Subaru 360 and not part of the K category. It was designed for everyday family use. But what made it special was its engine. The Subaru 1000 used a horizontally opposed engine, also called a boxer engine. In this design, the cylinders lie flat and move in opposite directions, like two boxers punching each other. Most cars at that time used inline engines, where cylinders stand upright in a row. Subaru chose a different path. The advantages of the boxer engine included lower center of gravity, better balance, less vibration, smoother performance. Because the engine sits low in the car, it improves stability. This design idea came partly from Subaru's aircraft experience. Airplane engineers cared deeply about balance and smooth engine operation. By choosing the boxer engine, Subaru made a bold decision. It was more complex and expensive to develop than a standard inline engine, but it gave Subaru a unique technical identity. From this point forward, the boxer engine became a key part of Subaru's character. The Subaru 1000 also introduced front-wheel drive, FWD, to Subaru's lineup. In front-wheel drive cars, the engine sends power to the front wheels instead of the rear wheels. At that time, many cars still used rear-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive had several benefits: better traction in rain and snow, more interior space, lighter weight, simpler drivetrain layout. Combining a boxer engine with front-wheel drive was unusual in the 1960s. Subaru engineers worked hard to design a compact transmission that fit with the flat engine layout. This setup improved road stability and interior space. It also prepared Subaru for something even more important later: all-wheel drive passenger cars. After the Subaru 1000, Subaru expanded its model range. The company improved engine performance and body design. It introduced station wagon versions for families who needed more cargo space. In 1966, Subaru also introduced the Subaru 1000 van, giving customers more flexibility. Subaru was slowly building a reputation for practical, durable vehicles. However, it was still a small player compared to giants like Toyota and Nissan. To survive, Subaru needed something unique. In 1971, Subaru introduced the Subaru Leone. This car would become one of the most important models in Subaru's early history. The Leone came in sedan, coupe, and wagon versions. It continued using the boxer engine and front-wheel drive layout. But in 1972, Subaru made a revolutionary move. It introduced a four-wheel drive, 4WD version of the Leone wagon. At that time, four-wheel drive systems were mostly used in trucks and off-road vehicles. Regular passenger cars rarely had four-wheel. Subaru saw an opportunity. Many rural areas in Japan had snow, mud, and rough roads. Farmers and outdoor workers needed better traction but did not want large trucks. Subaru engineers created a selectable 4WD system. Drivers could switch between front-wheel drive and four-wheel drive manually. This decision changed Subaru's future. The Leone 4WD wagon became very popular in snowy regions of Japan. It offered better traction in snow, more control on dirt roads, practical family space, good fuel economy. Unlike heavy trucks, it was lightweight and comfortable. This idea later became even more important in export markets like the United States, where customers in mountain states and cold climates valued traction. Subaru had discovered a niche: practical, affordable cars with superior traction. This would later evolve into Subaru's famous all-wheel drive identity. Subaru officially entered the United States market in 1968. The company created Subaru of America to manage sales. At first, sales were small. American customers were not familiar with the brand. Also, the Subaru 360 was introduced in the US, but it did not succeed. Many Americans thought it was too small and underpowered for American roads. The car was criticized by consumer groups for safety concerns compared to larger American cars. As a result, Subaru 360 sales in the US were limited. However, Subaru did not give up. The company shifted focus to larger models like the Leone. In 1973, the world faced an oil crisis. Fuel prices increased sharply. Large American cars with big engines became expensive to operate. Suddenly, small, fuel-efficient Japanese cars became attractive. Subaru's compact, efficient vehicles gained attention. The Leone, especially the 4WD wagon, became popular in regions like Colorado, Vermont, and other snowy states. Subaru was not the biggest Japanese brand in America, but it developed a loyal following. Customers appreciated fuel efficiency, reliability, all-weather capability, affordable pricing. The oil crisis helped Subaru grow internationally. During the 1970s, Subaru focused on improving reliability. Japanese cars were gaining a strong reputation for quality worldwide. Subaru continued refining its boxer engines. Engineers worked on smoother operation, improved cooling systems, and longer engine life. Subaru also began to develop a stronger brand image centered around dependability, practical engineering, all-weather performance. This identity was different from sports-focused brands or luxury brands. Subaru aimed to serve practical families and outdoor-oriented drivers. To meet growing demand, Fuji Heavy Industries invested in better production facilities. The company improved automation and quality control. Subaru learned from larger competitors but kept its own engineering philosophy. Production numbers increased steadily during the 1970s. Export markets expanded beyond the United States to Europe, Australia, and other parts of Asia. Subaru was no longer just a small domestic manufacturer, it was becoming a global brand. As the 1970s ended, Subaru improved engine performance and emissions control systems. Environmental regulations were becoming stricter worldwide. Subaru engineers developed cleaner burning engines to meet new standards. The company also experimented with better suspension systems, improved safety structures, more comfortable interiors. These improvements prepared Subaru for the competitive 1980s. By 1979, Subaru had established several key characteristics: commitment to the boxer engine, early leadership in four-wheel drive, passenger cars, strong export focus, reputation for durability, niche appeal in snowy and rural regions. Unlike Toyota and Nissan, Subaru did not try to compete in every market segment. Instead, it focused on engineering uniqueness. The decision to keep using the boxer engine, even when it was more expensive, showed Subaru's dedication to technical identity over short-term profit. This long-term thinking would define the brand for decades. By the end of the 1970s, Subaru had grown significantly compared to its early years. It had expanded beyond K cars, established itself in the United States, created a strong four-wheel identity, built reliable export networks, strengthened engineering capabilities. However, competition was becoming tougher. Japanese brands were now global leaders. Customers expected better performance, more comfort, and higher safety standards. Subaru would need to innovate further to survive. The groundwork laid in the 1960s and 1970s, boxer engines, front-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive wagons, created the technical base for Subaru's future success. In the next decade, Subaru would refine these ideas even more and take a major step toward becoming the world leader in all-wheel drive passenger vehicles. The 1980s were a competitive time for the global car industry. Japanese brands such as Toyota, Nissan, and Honda were growing quickly in North America and Europe. Their cars were reliable, fuel-efficient, and affordable. American and European manufacturers were also improving quality to compete. Customers wanted better fuel economy, improved safety, more comfort, modern design, reliable engines. Subaru was still smaller than most competitors. It did not have the money to compete in every market segment. So instead of trying to do everything, Subaru focused on doing a few things very well. Its main strength would become all-wheel drive. In the 1970s, Subaru's four-wheel drive system in cars like the Leon was selectable. Drivers had to manually switch between front-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. In the 1980s, Subaru engineers improved this idea. They developed full-time all-wheel drive, AWD systems. All-wheel drive is different from simple four-wheel systems. In AWD, power goes to all four wheels all the time. The system automatically adjusts power between front and rear wheels for better traction. This was a major step forward. It meant better control on wet roads, more stability in snow, improved cornering balance, safer driving in difficult conditions. Subaru combined this AWD system with its boxer engine layout. Because the boxer engine sits low and flat, it helped create better balance from left to right. This combination would later be called symmetrical all-wheel drive. In the early 1980s, Subaru continued selling updated versions of the Leon in many markets. In the United States, these models were often called the Subaru GL, or later the Loyal. These cars were simple, but strong. Many customers in snowy states like Colorado and Maine appreciated their traction and reliability. Subaru wagons became especially popular with outdoor-focused drivers. Skiers, hikers, and rural families found them practical and affordable. Even though Subaru did not advertise heavily at first, word of mouth helped build its reputation. Subaru of America, founded in 1968, began to see stronger sales growth in the 1980s. The oil crisis of the 1970s had already introduced Americans to small Japanese cars. By the 1980s, many American customers trusted Japanese brands for reliability. Subaru's AWD wagons filled a special niche. They were not trucks. They were not large SUVs, which were still rare at the time. But they offered traction similar to trucks while keeping good fuel economy. This unique position helped Subaru grow steadily in the US market. In 1985, Subaru introduced a very different car, the Subaru XT. The XT was a sporty coupe with a futuristic design. It had sharp angles and a wedge-shaped body. Some people compared its look to aircraft design, showing Subaru's aviation heritage. The XT offered turbocharged boxer engines, digital dashboard displays, advanced suspension systems, optional all-wheel drive. It was not a high-volume car, but it showed that Subaru could experiment with performance and technology. The XT also helped Subaru develop more advanced AWD systems, especially for higher-powered engines. During the 1980s, turbocharging became popular in the car industry. A turbocharger forces more air into the engine, increasing power without increasing engine size. Subaru began adding turbocharged versions of its boxer engines. These engines delivered more performance while keeping compact size. Combining turbocharging with all-wheel drive created a strong foundation for future performance cars. Although Subaru was not yet famous for rally racing, the technical groundwork was being built in this decade. A major milestone in the 1980s was Subaru's decision to build cars in the United States. In 1989, Subaru opened its first U.S. manufacturing plant under the name Subaru of Indiana Automotive, often called SIA. This factory was located in Lafayette, Indiana. Building cars in America had several advantages: avoiding import taxes, faster delivery to U.S. customers, stronger connection to the American market, lower shipping costs. The Indiana plant became very important for Subaru's future growth. It showed Subaru's commitment to the U.S. market. Over time, this plant would produce many popular Subaru models. In the late 1980s, Subaru engineers worked to refine what would later be officially branded as symmetrical all-wheel drive. The system had two key features: the boxer engine layout, a balanced drivetrain that sends power evenly to both sides. Because the engine sits flat and centered, the drive shaft can run straight through the center of the vehicle. This straight-line layout improves weight distribution, handling balance, stability during cornering, reduced vibration. Subaru engineers believed that balance meant safety. This idea became central to Subaru's philosophy. The 1980s were not easy. Subaru was still smaller than many competitors. Toyota, Nissan, and Honda produced more vehicles and had larger budgets. Subaru's design style was sometimes seen as conservative. Interiors were simple compared to some competitors. However, Subaru stayed focused on engineering rather than flashy design. Instead of trying to build luxury sedans or large trucks, Subaru strengthened its core idea: practical cars with superior traction. This focused strategy helped Subaru survive in a crowded market. By the late 1980s, Subaru had built a loyal customer base, especially in northern United States mountain regions, rural communities, snowy climates. Subaru owners often became repeat buyers. Many appreciated that the cars were simple and durable. The company's reputation grew quietly. Subaru was not yet a global performance icon, but it was becoming known as the smart choice for difficult weather conditions. Safety became more important in the 1980s. Governments introduced stricter crash standards. Subaru began improving body structures to absorb crash energy better. Engineers used strong but lightweight materials. Because the boxer engine sits low, it could slide under the passenger cabin during a front crash, instead of pushing directly into it. This design helped improve safety performance. Subaru continued developing the safety philosophy in later decades. As the 1980s ended, Subaru was ready for a new chapter. The company had refined its boxer engine technology, developed advanced AWD systems, built a U.S. manufacturing plant, grown its American market presence, established a reputation for all-weather reliability. The technical platform was ready for something bigger. Subaru engineers were already planning new models that would change the brand's image completely. In the next decade, Subaru would enter the world of international rally racing. It would launch the Legacy and later the Impreza. These cars would transform Subaru from a quiet, practical brand into a performance legend. But none of that would have been possible without the engineering work done in the 1980s. By 1989, Subaru had a clear identity built on three pillars: boxer engines, all-wheel drive, practical durability. This identity separated Subaru from other Japanese brands. While others competed mainly on price or luxury, Subaru competed on balance and traction. This focused approach would soon lead to global recognition in motorsports and performance markets. The 1980s were the decade when Subaru became the leader in AWD passenger cars. The company was no longer just surviving, it was preparing to shine. In 1989, just before the 1990s began, Subaru introduced the Subaru Legacy. This model became very important during the 1990s. The Legacy was larger and more advanced than previous Subaru cars. It was designed to compete in the mid-size family car market. It featured improved boxer engines, stronger body structure, better safety features, full-time all-wheel drive options. The Legacy helped Subaru move into a more serious global position. It showed that Subaru could build a modern, refined family car while keeping its AWD identity. The Legacy also became Subaru's main platform for motorsports development in the early 1990s. To change its public image, Subaru decided to compete in the World Rally Championship, also known as WRC. Rally racing is different from normal track racing. Drivers compete on dirt roads, snow, gravel, and mountain passes. Cars must handle extreme weather and rough surfaces. Subaru's all-wheel drive system made it perfect for rally competition. In 1990, Subaru officially entered the WRC using the Legacy RS rally car. The rally team was operated by ProDrive, a British motorsport engineering company. This partnership would become legendary. One of the most famous drivers to join Subaru was Colin McRae. McRae was known for his aggressive driving style. He pushed cars to their limits. His skill matched well with Subaru's AWD performance. In 1993, Subaru switched from the Legacy rally car to a smaller and lighter model, the Subaru Impreza. This decision changed Subaru's future forever. The Subaru Impreza was introduced in 1992 as a compact car positioned below the Legacy. It was lighter, more agile, and perfect for rally racing. Subaru quickly developed a high-performance version called the Subaru Impreza WRX. WRX stood for World Rally Experimental. The WRX featured turbocharged boxer engine, advanced all-wheel drive, sport suspension. Soon after, Subaru introduced an even more powerful version, the Subaru Impreza WRX STI. The STI version was developed by Subaru Technica International, STI, Subaru's performance division. The combination of the Impreza, turbocharged boxer engines, and AWD systems proved extremely successful in rally racing. In 1995, Colin McRae won the Drivers' Championship in the World Rally Championship. Subaru also won the Manufacturers' Championship in 1995, 1996, 1997. These victories made Subaru famous worldwide. The blue and gold rally cars became iconic. The color scheme became closely linked to Subaru's performance image. Suddenly, Subaru was no longer just a practical brand. It was a champion in one of the toughest motorsports in the world. Before rally success, Subaru was mainly known for safe and practical AWD wagons. After rally success, Subaru became associated with speed, turbo, power, youth culture, performance driving, motorsport excellence. The WRX and WRX STI became dream cars for many young drivers. Rally victories helped increase global sales. Customers wanted cars that looked and felt like the championship-winning machines. The 1990s were a period of rapid technical development for Subaru. Key improvements included more powerful turbocharged boxer engines, stronger manual transmissions, advanced center differentials for AWD systems, improved suspension geometry, better braking systems. Subaru refined what it officially branded as symmetrical all-wheel drive. The drivetrain layout remained balanced from left to right. This improved handling and stability at high speeds. The low center of gravity from the boxer engine helped the Impreza handle sharp turns with confidence. These features gave Subaru a unique technical personality compared to front-wheel drive competitors. The 1990s also saw the growth of global car enthusiast culture. young drivers became interested in tuning, racing, and modifying cars. The Subaru Impreza, WRX, and WRX STI became popular in Japan, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, United States, later in the decade. The cars were relatively affordable compared to European sports cars. They could be modified easily for more power. Subaru gained a strong fan community that supported the brand passionately. While performance models gained attention, Subaru did not forget its practical customers. In 1994, Subaru introduced the Subaru Outback. The Outback was based on the legacy wagon but featured higher ground clearance, protective body cladding, standard all-wheel drive, rugged styling. The Outback helped create the modern crossover vehicle category. It combined wagon comfort with SUV-like capability. In the United States especially, the Outback became very successful. It appealed to families who wanted outdoor adventure, but did not want a large truck. This balance between performance, WRX, and practicality, Outback, became Subaru's strength. During the 1990s, safety standards became stricter worldwide. Subaru improved. Crash structures, reinforced passenger cabins, anti-lock braking systems, ABS, airbag systems. The Boxer engine layout also contributed to crash safety, as it could move downward in a frontal collision. Subaru began building a reputation for both performance and safety, a rare combination. In the mid to late 1990s, Subaru's US sales grew steadily. The success of the Outback was especially strong. Subaru marketing in the US focused on adventure lifestyle nature and outdoor exploration, reliability in harsh weather. This strategy worked well. Subaru was no longer just a niche snow car brand. It became associated with an active, outdoor lifestyle. Despite rally success, the 1990s were not perfect financially. The Japanese economy faced difficulties after the early 1990s economic bubble burst. Subaru had to manage costs carefully. Motorsports programs were expensive. Competition in the car market was intense. However, rally victories helped justify the investment. The brand recognition gained from motorsport success had long-term value. By the end of the 1990s, Subaru had achieved something remarkable. In just one decade, it had transformed from a small AWD-focused practical car company into a global performance icon with world championship titles. The Impreza WRX STI became one of the most respected performance cars in the world. The rally championships of 1995, 1996, and 1997 cemented Subaru's place in automotive history. As 1999 ended, Subaru stood at a crossroads. It had two strong identities: performance rally champion, practical AWD family car maker. In the coming decade, Subaru would expand its crossover lineup, improve safety systems, and enter partnerships with larger automotive companies. The 1990s gave Subaru confidence. It proved that its engineering philosophy, boxer engines and symmetrical all-wheel drive, could compete at the highest levels of motorsport. The rally revolution permanently changed Subaru's brand image. The world now saw Subaru not just as reliable, but as exciting. At the start of the 2000s, Subaru focused on improving its main vehicles, legacy Outback Impreza Forester. The Subaru Forester became especially important. First introduced in the late 1990s, the Forester combined SUV height with car-like handling. It offered standard all-wheel drive, good visibility, strong safety, practical cargo space. The Forester became very popular in the United States, Australia, and Europe. It helped Subaru grow beyond its rally image and become a trusted family brand. During the early 2000s, many customers moved away from traditional sedans. They wanted crossover vehicles, cars that combined SUV space with better fuel economy. Subaru was already prepared for this trend. The Outback and Forester were early crossover designs. Subaru did not need to change its direction. It only needed to improve what it already had. Subaru improved. Ride comfort, interior quality, safety systems, Automatic transmissions. These updates helped attract more families and older buyers, not just performance fans. In the 2000s, Subaru made safety one of its main goals. The company improved stronger passenger cabins, advanced airbag systems, anti-lock braking systems, electronic stability control. Because of the Boxer engine's low position, Subaru vehicles had a lower center of gravity. This reduced rollover risk. Subaru models began receiving high safety ratings in crash tests in the United States and Japan. The company understood that long-term success depended on trust. Safety built that trust. One of the most important safety innovations during this period was eyesight. Subaru began developing the Subaru eyesight system in the late 2000s. It officially launched in Japan in 2008. Eyesight used two cameras mounted near the rear-view mirror. These cameras worked like human eyes. The system could detect obstacles, warn the driver, apply brakes automatically, maintain safe distance from other vehicles. At that time, driver assist systems were still new in the industry. Subaru invested heavily in making eyesight reliable and easy to use. Eyesight would later become one of Subaru's strongest safety features. The 2000s also brought stronger environmental awareness worldwide. Customers and governments demanded lower emissions, better fuel economy, cleaner production methods. Subaru responded in several ways. First, it improved engine efficiency. Engineers refined the Boxer engine to burn fuel more cleanly. Second, Subaru's U.S. factory, Subaru of Indiana Automotive, became the first automotive assembly plant in the United States to achieve zero landfill status. This meant the factory did not send waste to landfills. Materials were recycled or reused. This achievement improved Subaru's public image and showed environmental commitment. In 1999, General Motors, GM, purchased a minority share in Fuji Heavy Industries. For a few years, Subaru and GM cooperated on some projects. One example was the Saab 922X, which was based on the Subaru Impreza. However, the partnership did not last long. In 2005, GM sold its stake in Fuji Heavy Industries. This change created uncertainty for Subaru. It needed a stable partner for the future. In 2005, Toyota Motor Corporation purchased a minority share in Fuji Heavy Industries. This partnership became very important. Toyota was much larger than Subaru. It had strong financial resources and advanced hybrid technology. For Subaru, this partnership meant greater stability, shared research and development, access to hybrid technology, manufacturing support. The two companies agreed to cooperate while keeping their separate identities. One of the first major results of the Toyota partnership was the development of the Subaru BRZ. Although officially launched in 2012, development began during the late 2000s. The BRZ was a lightweight rear-wheel drive sports car. It was developed together with Toyota, which released its version as the Toyota 86. The BRZ used a Subaru Boxer engine, but featured rear-wheel drive instead of all-wheel drive. This was unusual for Subaru, but it showed flexibility and engineering skill. The BRZ aimed to bring back pure driving fun. In 2008, Subaru introduced the world's first mass-produced Boxer diesel engine. Diesel engines are popular in Europe because of better fuel economy. By creating a diesel Boxer engine, Subaru showed its commitment to its unique engine layout. The diesel Boxer kept the same advantages: low center of gravity, balanced performance, smooth operation. This engine helped Subaru compete better in European markets. In 2008, the global financial crisis affected car manufacturers worldwide. Many companies saw sales drop sharply. Subaru was not immune to this crisis. Sales slowed in several markets. However, Subaru was smaller and more focused than many larger companies. It avoided some of the biggest financial risks. The strong popularity of the Outback and Forester in the United States helped Subaru recover more quickly than expected. During the late 2000s and early 2010s, Subaru's U.S. sales began to grow steadily. Several reasons explain this growth: standard all-wheel drive on most models, high safety ratings, strong resale value, loyal customer base, outdoor lifestyle marketing. Subaru advertising in the United States focused on family safety, love and protection, adventure and nature community values. This emotional marketing helped Subaru build deep customer loyalty. During the late 2000s, Subaru reduced its official participation in the World Rally Championship. The global economic crisis and rising costs made motorsport investment more difficult. Although Subaru remained respected in rally history, the company shifted focus towards safety and practical growth. Performance models like the WRX and WRX STI continued, but the brand message became more balanced. Subaru was no longer only about speed, it was about safety and dependability too. In the late 2000s, Fuji Heavy Industries continued expanding beyond cars, including aerospace and industrial products. However, Subaru's automobile business became the most recognized part of the company. By the early 2010s, the Subaru name was stronger globally than Fuji Heavy Industries. This would later lead to a major corporate rebranding. By 2011, Subaru had achieved several major goals: strong crossover lineup, growing US market presence, high safety reputation, advanced driver assist technology, eyesight, environmental leadership in manufacturing, stable partnership with Toyota. Subaru was no longer a small niche brand. It was a respected global manufacturer with a clear identity: boxer engines, symmetrical all-wheel drive, safety focus, outdoor lifestyle image. The company had matured. The next decade would bring electrification, new global platforms, and corporate transformation. But between 2000 and 2011, Subaru proved it could grow responsibly without losing its engineering roots. For many decades, the company's official name was Fuji Heavy Industries. However, most customers around the world only knew the name Subaru. In 2017, the company made a major decision. It officially changed its corporate name to Subaru Corporation. This change reflected reality. Automobiles were now the largest and most important part of the business. The Subaru name had strong global recognition. The rebranding helped simplify the company's identity. From that point forward, Subaru Corporation became the official name worldwide. One of the most important technical developments of this era was the Subaru Global Platform, SGP. Introduced in 2016, this new vehicle architecture was designed to support many future models. The Subaru Global Platform improved body rigidity, crash safety, driving comfort, noise reduction, handling stability. By creating one strong base for many vehicles, Subaru reduced production costs and improved quality. The global platform also prepared Subaru for hybrid and electric vehicles. During this period, Subaru continued improving its eyesight driver assist system. The Subaru eyesight system became standard on many models. Eyesight expanded to include adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, pre-collision braking, lane keeping assist. Subaru focused heavily on preventing accidents before they happen. As a result, Subaru vehicles often receive top safety ratings in the United States from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, IUHS. Safety became one of Subaru's strongest marketing messages. From 2012 onward, Subaru experienced strong growth in the United States. The company built a reputation for standard all-wheel drive, long vehicle life, high resale value, family safety, outdoor lifestyle appeal. The Indiana plant, Subaru of Indiana Automotive, expanded production to meet demand. The Outback, Forester, Crosstrek, and Ascent became popular choices for American families. Subaru also built strong relationships with communities. It supported charities, environmental programs, and animal rescue organizations. This helped increase brand loyalty. During the 2010s, Subaru introduced new and updated models. Subaru Crosstrek, a compact crossover based on the Impreza. Subaru Ascent, a larger three-row SUV introduced in 2018. Updated WRX and WRX STI performance models, redesigned Legacy and Outback. The Subaru Ascent helped Subaru enter the larger SUV segment. It allowed Subaru to compete with bigger family vehicles while keeping AWD as standard. The Crosstrek became especially popular with younger buyers. In 2022, Subaru made a difficult decision. It ended production of the traditional WRX STI with a gasoline engine. Stricter global emissions regulations made it harder to continue high-performance turbo engines without hybrid support. This marked the end of an era for many performance fans. However, Subaru confirmed that performance models could return in electrified form in the future. The Rally Legend era had officially closed, but the spirit remained. Subaru began offering hybrid versions of some models during the late 2010s. For example, hybrid versions of the Crosstrek became available in certain markets. These early hybrids combined Boxer gasoline engines, electric motors, battery systems. The partnership with Toyota Motor Corporation helped Subaru develop hybrid and electric systems more quickly. Toyota had strong experience with hybrid technology. Subaru's challenge was to keep AWD capability while improving fuel efficiency. In 2022, Subaru introduced its first fully electric SUV, the Subaru Solterra. The Solterra was developed together with Toyota. It featured full electric powertrain, all-wheel drive capability, modern interior technology, advanced safety systems. The Solterra marked Subaru's official entry into the electric vehicle market. This was a major turning point. For decades, Subaru's identity centered around boxer engines. The electric era required new thinking, yet Subaru kept its core values: stability, all-wheel drive confidence, safety, practical design. Subaru announced long-term environmental goals, including reducing carbon emissions and working toward carbon neutrality. The company plans to increase electric vehicle production, expand hybrid technology, reduce factory emissions, use more renewable energy. The Indiana plant continues to maintain zero landfill status. Environmental responsibility is now central to Subaru's long-term strategy. Subaru is also working on improved battery range, faster charging, lighter vehicle platforms, software updates through the internet. The goal is to combine traditional Subaru stability with modern digital intelligence. From its beginnings as an aircraft company in 1917, to its rebirth after World War II, to rally championships in the 1990s, to safety leadership in the 2000s, and now to electrification in the 2020s. Subaru has constantly adapted. The company has survived wars, oil crises, financial recessions, and major industry changes. Its core ideas remain strong: balance engineering, precision traction and stability, protection of passengers. The Boxer engine may slowly fade as electric motors replace combustion engines, but the philosophy behind it, low center of gravity and balance, continues in electric design. Subaru's future depends on blending its strong history with modern technology. The story of Subaru Corporation is one of transformation without losing identity. It began as an aircraft company. It became a small car maker. It became a rally champion. It became a safety leader. Now, it is entering the electric age. The next chapter is still being written. But if history shows anything, it is that Subaru adapts carefully, stays true to its engineering values, and builds long-term loyalty. From 6 stars in the sky to millions of cars on the road, Subaru's journey continues.